Hi, welcome back. It's actually kind of fun to be talking to you like this again after last week. Just a couple things. Wearing alpaca fur hat situation from Omega Park, which is a place in Montreal, or not really Montreal, it's in somewhere up north. I don't remember. Oka? No. Oh my God, I'm not great at this. But a place. It's doing double duty because it's freezing here in Montreal today. It's a crazy town. But I also have a giant forehead pimple that is just really wanting to be present in this video. But I don't want to remember her for the years that could come, right? That this is going to be out here on the internet forever. So she's going to stay tucked away. I'm going to be cozy and warm, and we're just going to do this. Okay. This video is really going to be about just establishing a solid financial footing and just mindset to be a successful, happy single mom. Now, you already know I have Single Mom Mindset, which is a program for women that are considering becoming single moms by choice. It walks you through every single thing that you need to know. And quick note, right now it's on 40% off flash sale when you're watching this, literally till tomorrow morning. So if you want in at 40% off, you need to get in now. The link will be below. And I also have Empowered Mom Mindset, which is all about helping you elevate your life, whether you're already a single mom or considering being one. It helps with your finances, helps with your mindset. It helps formulate some plans to really up-level your life in all areas, just so you can be the version of you that you want to be for yourself and for your kids or future children. Because as a single mom, we have a lot of things going against us if we allow them to go against us. Not only the narratives, the opinions of others, but also kind of the way some of us can doubt ourselves because we think, we're going at it alone, and in a lot of senses we are. It can be kind of tough. So Empowered Mom Mindset really gets to the root of these things and gives you the tools, makes some like woo-woo stuff. Again, I'm into that. That's really helped me get to where I am in my life. And I like to teach it. I think it's really fun, and it can be really fun exercises to do that are also really potent and can actually change your life. So yeah, everything is all kind of combined, but I want to give you some content today if you're not in either of those programs that can help you right now, today, some things that you can implement, some mindset shifts that you can make literally immediately, that can help you take steps towards the life that you want and the situation that you're hoping for, longing for. I'm not going to bore you with my story. You already know me, I think, if you're here. If you don't, please go back. I have tons of previous videos telling you my story, how I became a single mom by choice, and yada yada. But today we're just going to get right into it, okay? Now, it's very easy to think like, my life is always going to be this way, I don't have enough, or we're just getting by. But this is, again, it's going to be hard if you're not really into this kind of stuff. I'm just begging you to trust and believe, okay? Because for a while I thought it was like crazy town too. Like, if I think that it's going to happen, yes. Okay. You're manifesting right now, immediately. You've manifested your entire life. Okay. So every situation, every experience that you've had has led you to right now, and you've co-created that. Okay. We can get into the specifics of that and dive deeper if you want another time. Okay. But you need to shift your mind from feeling limited to feeling less than abundant, from feeling like, things are so tough, or how am I going to change this? And, what was me? And any kind of negative energy that you might be carrying around, or things that you might be repeating in your head, maybe not even realizing it, some subconscious beliefs that you might have, and shift them into positive things, being grateful for the things that you do have. Now, I actually have a client, several, but one specifically that I'm working with this week, that she's struggling with the fact that her daughter is in daycare, and she has no choice. She has to work. She's a single mom. She's a single mom by circumstance. She, not necessarily choose this path. Either way, it doesn't really make a difference, right? Most of us want to have that time with our kids, or have time freedom, whatever that looks like, right? But I'm talking to her about the importance of, hey, So we're gonna write this down. A goal of yours, dream life situation, is to be able to stay home with your daughter full time, or to have a lot more free time. Maybe she's in daycare 3 days a week instead of 5. Maybe the hours aren't so long, she's doing half days, or whatever it is, okay? You know what you want, right? You personally. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to put that into our dream life. Okay, my ideal life is my daughter's only in daycare twice a week while I'm really crushing stuff with my online business or my art studio or whatever, and I have other people that are working the other days. I only need to really be there a couple days a week or only on Fridays, whatever. You know what that looks like. So write that down in a notes app, in a journal, a cute, like brand new journal, whatever it is, okay? But we're also gonna be grateful for the fact that, hey, we have the opportunity to have a job. Stick with me. I know some of you are like, yeah, but I hate my job, or oh, but my job only pays so much. And we're not going to focus on that part of it. What we are going to focus on the things that we are grateful about this job, or we are grateful about your child's daycare. We're grateful that we have the means to be able to put our child in a daycare that we love, hopefully. Our daughter is really thriving. She's made a best friend in the daycare. That's really great. Positive things. Okay. At my job, hey, I kind of get a little bit of adult time. I get to have a conversation with my great coworker. I made a fantastic friend at work, or whatever. Okay. We're going to take some time to find, list 5 things. If you can list 20 things, great. At least 3 things that you're positive, that are positive, that you're grateful for about this thing that you want to maybe change, but is also something that you can be grateful for. Okay. Like the daycare example. You can apply that to anything. You can apply it to your job. You don't really love that job. You want to change jobs. You're not really having a lot of luck. Okay, we're going to write down the dream job situation. What do we want? What does our dream life look like? That ideal situation. But also, I'm grateful for where I'm at right now. The fact that I'm able to buy groceries. I'm grateful that I have an apartment. Or maybe you don't have an apartment and you're staying with your parents and you're like, this is the worst case scenario. I hate this right now. Be grateful that you have parents that you could stay with, or a grandma or an auntie or whatever it is, okay? It's important to have an attitude of gratitude, and sometimes that can be hard. I hear you. And also there's another thing that people ask me is like, okay, yeah, but if I'm grateful for what I have right now, wouldn't that mean that I'm just gonna keep getting more of that? And no, because when we're practicing gratitude and we're happy and we understand how blessed we are, because most of us are very blessed, like there's things going on in the world everywhere. When you really look for how lucky and blessed we are, most of us have tons of things that we can be grateful for, okay? So when you look for it, you're gonna find it. And again, more gratitude is just gonna bring more positive things your way to be grateful for. So practicing gratitude is huge, okay? Like every time I buy groceries and I'm spending $400 on groceries, that I could be looking at that as like, holy, like $400 on, like that's nuts, right? Like just 3 years ago, that would have been 2 weeks worth, or 200 here, then 200 here. Even that is nuts, right? But again, I choose to look at it as, when I'm putting all the fruits and veggies away and like all these fresh things that I get to buy for my kids and my family, myself. I get to nourish our bodies. I'm so blessed to be able to buy food, to cook for my children, to send my child with a really good balanced lunch that she loves. How lucky am I that I have the money in my account to be able to do that, to provide for my family. I'm so, so blessed. I'm so grateful. Instead of, oh my God, like, it's too much. Like, what am I gonna do? What if the prices go up? And what if now it's $500 a week? I don't have that. What am I gonna do? It's right? Like, we could all spiral if we want to. We could choose to just freak out and sit with that too if we want. But at the end of the day, what is it gonna change? Nothing. We're just gonna sit there in a funk and be worried and have our anxiety. Like, we don't have enough things to be anxious about. We don't need to create things for ourselves, okay? So yeah, instead of just freaking out, we can be grateful. Thank you for the food on this table. Thank you for, another example that I like to use is, this isn't my dream house, okay? When I think of like my dream house, she's in the mountains. You know, I have a little bit more land. She's dark, like the outside is like black, and it's just like not all black. It's not scary, but you know, like I see it. Like in my mind's eye, I can see this house. It is gorgeous. She is dream. She is beautiful. The pool is fantastic. Like all these things, okay? We have room for a huge trampoline and the pool. In our backyard, we don't. But I visualize it. I do my visualization exercises. I write them down as my dream life, and I do these little things that I teach inside of Empowered Mom Mindset, like visualization exercises and breathing exercises and all these things, okay? But I also pair that with gratitude. Hey, when my ex and I split up, Riley and I were living in a 1-bedroom apartment, struggling, okay? Like it was like just scraping by, okay? And then from there, we moved into a townhouse. Wasn't the dream life, but it had a cute little yard. We were able to put a little baby pool in the backyard. Okay, we didn't have the swing set yet, which we do now. We didn't have a huge shed. We didn't have a garage space. We didn't have anything, okay? We had the laundry downstairs. But in the apartment, we had to go all the way downstairs to do the laundry. It was horrible, lugging groceries all the way up in the elevator and have the toddler and all, like, it was hard, right? From the townhouse to now this house, we have a single family home, okay? It's got a huge freaking bay window that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm looking at it right now. It's beautiful. I just put in new curtains. Gorgeous. Curtains cost me like $30. Got them on sale. I love them. I'm actually obsessed with them. And just our home is furnished. Not all of it is like my dream decor. You know, I studied interior design if you didn't know that. But it's not, the decor is not, you know, the dream situation. But again, if I sat here and focused on that and, you know, but it's not the house that I want in the mountains that I visualize. And that's just negative energy, right? Think about it. Instead, I cannot wait. I'm so excited about the freaking house in the mountains. I see her in my mind's eye. She's gorgeous, and the family memories and the big freaking open kitchen that's modern and it has like little rustic feel, farmhouse vibe. Love it. She is stunning, okay? But this house is also amazing, and I'm so insanely grateful that my kids have friends that live on the block that have tons of kids their age. They're, well, more so Riley's, but they love to play with Leo too. They include him. They're great kids. It's amazing. The families are so nice. Everyone's fucking amazing. Like our neighbor came over and like welcomed us to the neighborhood with cookies and treats and stuff on the like second day that we came. It was like, who is this woman? Who are these people? It's safe. My daughter's school is so close by. There's insane, endless amounts of things to be grateful for in this home that, again, is not the dream home. I'm doing air quotations if you're listening on the podcast, but in so many ways, it is such a dream, right? So again, we need to be shifting, I guess, and practicing the gratitude and seeing what we have to be grateful for. We're gonna shift. Again, we go so in depth with this in Empowered Mom Mindset. Next round, you're gonna wanna get in. It's intense, it's so good, it's life-changing, and I'm really proud of it. She's my second baby, or technically fourth, it depends on how you're counting it. Anyway, now, we're gonna kind of talk about financial empowerment also. Now, as a single mom, of course, we need the money, okay? Kids are expensive, life can be expensive, a lot of things are like luxury, which really shouldn't be considered luxury. Now, it's just important also, mindset goes into it as well. I don't wanna like overwhelm you with all the things. That's why, again, a Empowered Mom Mindset is something that we do over several weeks. We take our time with it. So I'm not throwing tons of things at you like crazy. That's why I'm trying to like figure out how I'm gonna make this into like a shorter video and not overwhelm you and stress you out and freak you out. Because it truly is just little small steps in the right direction to the life that you want. But yeah, it's kind of goes with what I was just saying about the mindset and gratitude about what you have. If you're not making tons of money right now, let's say, or your job is kind of meh, you still need to practice gratitude for what you do have. Okay, like I had enough money to pay half the bill, or you know what I mean, whatever it is. Okay, and visualize and get excited about when, you know, that's not an issue for you anymore. Okay, so you have to put in the mindset stuff because it is incredibly powerful, and the woo-woo stuff and the whatever. But also another thing, automate your savings. Okay, have $10. I don't know your situation, okay? Whatever your situation is, there is always a little tweakable situation no matter what. Go in and ask for a bonus, you know, go in and ask for a couple of extra tasks. I don't know what you do for a career. You know, there's gotta be a way to bring in more money, okay? There has to be. Whatever you're passionate about, okay? If you're whatever, we've talked about this before, you're into arts, you're into crocheting, you're into I don't know, holistic, whatever, wellness. You love fitness, girl. You love wellness. You want to teach other moms how to, I don't know, stretch their groceries, like a little, oh my gosh, I'm losing my words here. Minimal waste grocery shopping. So how to use the scraps of things and how to really stretch whatever it is that you're buying. If you're going to buy something in bulk, here's multiple ways that you could use it so you limit waste, whatever, okay? Something that you do in your day-to-day, something that you love, something that you're passionate about, you could teach it to somebody else. You can sell ebooks, you can make a mini course, you can, if you're in the United States, you can monetize social media, you lucky son of a gun. You can, there's so many options, okay? Again, we go much more in depth inside of the program. But yeah, monetize what you know, monetize what you love, do it on the side. It's a passion project. It's gonna be something that you actually like doing. So it's a, you know, 2-in-1. You're finding more time to do things that you actually enjoy doing, spending some time on that, but you could also make some money, okay? Again, I always like to add this disclaimer because some people think, okay, but if I start doing this or start posting online and I'm in the States and I'm gonna start making money right away on Instagram or whatever. Not right away, okay? We need to stick to it, and being patient is important. But again, that's why it's so important to be focusing on something that you love, because then you're going to enjoy the journey. If you're doing something because it's like, oh, I gotta make something work because I need to make some money, chances are that energy is going to be so pungent that people will smell it a mile away or pick up on it a mile away, which is not great either. But also, you're not going to have fun. And you live once, okay? So if you're making an extra $10, do you want to make that extra $10 doing something fun, or $100, whatever, doing something you enjoy? Or do you want to make it being miserable and like it's like pulling teeth? No, right? Think about that, okay? And if you start making more money, like again, you go in and ask for a raise, you go and ask for a bonus, you change positions, you change jobs, you whatever, okay? You leap, do the damn thing. Again, you live once, okay? Trust and believe, and I know it can be hard and really scary. Again, if you go back and listen to some of the other episodes, you'll know like my own personal situation there too. But you could automate your savings accounts right away when you have a deposit that comes in. You get to decide, you can set it up with your bank, most banks, that you can set it up that you have a percentage, let's say 10% of whatever that comes in goes directly into your savings account. Amazing. You're building your savings account without even looking at it. Especially because you don't have to think like, okay, move this here, blah, blah, blah. It just happens. You don't even have to think about it, okay? I had somebody do that for me when I was, I was pretty young actually, maybe 19-ish, no. I was like 17 actually, where they had me they were like, it's a great idea, it's fantastic, you could automate, I think it was like $20 at that time, bi-weekly or something. I was getting paid bi-weekly. And when again, I don't know if I've ever shared this story, but when I was 19, I was kind of booted out from my mom's place. Long story, we won't get into it. I don't even know if I've shared it before, but at 19, I was living on my own entirely and was working at a dépanneur and was kind of like, what am I gonna do? I didn't have a car, nothing. So those savings, which weren't that much at that time, it was like 2 years of that. I can't tell you how much it was. And of course I had dipped into it here and there, but I had a little bit of extra something that was like, okay, God forbid something like can't buy groceries this week or something, like I have a little nest egg. It was a baby nest egg, but it was a nest egg nonetheless. Okay. So, yeah, again, we underestimate just setting aside a little bit. We think we have to take huge, well, if I don't have an insane amount of, like I don't have thousands of dollars that I could put away tomorrow, so I have nothing. If you look at it that way, of course you have nothing. But if you take 10 bucks here and 5 bucks here, and you know, every time you get change, you put it away. Again, it's not tons, but it adds up. Bunch of toonies and quarters and loonies or whatever. If you're not in Canada, you're gonna be like, what? It's like $2, $1, whatever. It adds up. Again, if you really don't have much, okay, right now, we're gonna change that, okay? But every little bit counts, okay? And just trust that. Every little bit counts. Go through your house, look for, or your apartment, wherever you are. Look at the stuff that you don't need, the things that you aren't using, the things that you're just keeping because they're cute or they're collectible or whatever. I'm not saying to get rid of things that have meaning to you that you really want to hang on to just, again, for 20 bucks. No. But the things that it's like, oh my God, I've had this chair and I'm looking at one chair, but it's literally falling apart. No one's gonna buy it. And I got it when Riley was a baby. So that rocking chair is gonna stay here until it crumbles to dust on the floor. Even though, again, it looks like she's been through some stuff. But yeah, like if I didn't need it, let's say, not that I do, but I'm not in a situation that I'm looking to get rid of it right now, but I'm just saying, for example, if you're like, geez, I've been hanging on to this, I don't need this. I could probably get $100 for it. I'm going to sell it. It's in great shape. What, you know what I mean? Whatever. And we hang on to these things and it's stuff. We're hanging on to stuff. And again, energetically hanging on to stuff it's not great energy to have, honestly. So if you can get rid of stuff that you truly do not need, and even like clothing and stuff like that, get rid of it. Because carrying around just stuff is not great, because then you don't have room to bring in new stuff, new opportunities, new people, new experiences. Okay. So just, and again, you could get 50 bucks here, 20 bucks here, whatever, you know, bring in money that is literally just sitting there not being used, or it's just kind of being wasted. It's wasted space or whatever, right? Okay. Another one, I think we're going to do one more. I have tons of notes here. I think I'm going to do one more. And if you guys like this, we'll come back with like a part 2 or a whatever, another video about these things. Because again, I think it's really important and I love these things. And I kind of, again, when I first lived with just Riley and I, my ex and I split up, I did a lot of just soul searching, and I slowly got into mindset stuff. And again, a lot of it, I was like, this is nonsense. I think this is crazy town, whatever. Everyone's dealt what they're dealt, and it is what it is. And that could not be further from the truth. It really couldn't. And I wish that I had trusted and believed sooner, honestly, and just like trusted in myself and like really banked on myself and trusted in me, and loved on me, and stop being so freaking hard on myself, honestly. And if you can relate, like, stop being so hard. As a woman, I'm going on another tangent here, but as a woman, like, there's so much pressure on us to be a certain way and live this way and stay quiet, but you know, be powerful, but don't offend anyone, and like, it's like blah, 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 blah. Like, you can't win. So if you can't win like with everybody, just fuck it. Really, excuse my language, but just fuck it. Seriously. Like, we deserve to be happy. Of course, be kind and, you know, be a good person, obviously, but like, so many of us are just so fucking hard on ourselves and are too worried to ask for more in life, and too scared that we're, you know, greedy, or we're nasty, or we're selfish, or we're, you know, just I don't know, not a good person, because we know what we want, we know what we deserve, or we're working on knowing what we want and knowing what we deserve and asking for it unapologetically and reaching out to the people that can help us get what we need or want in life, again, kindly. Yeah, I think the world would be so different if women just started, and some men, but women started just living so authentically and so give a fluff, kind of, you know what I mean? And just taking what is ours, yeah, and just living loudly and boldly and yeah, authentically. So again, that was just a tangent. But yes, lastly, I'm going to talk about, yeah, let's do the self-care. I mean, I'll touch on this quickly. We've touched on it before. And again, like, we tend to not prioritize ourselves, especially if you're a single mom or if you're considering this and then you are going to be a single mom by choice. A lot of times our own needs just kind of fall to the wayside. And again, society teaches us like, oh, you're a mom and you know you're not with your baby. Like, that's, whoa, that's crazy. No one's saying that to a dad when he's at golf or he's at this or he's at that or he's working. Like, oh, where's your kid? They just assume that mom's got the kid or the kid's in daycare. They don't question him for being at work. They don't question him for being at a sporting event. They don't question him for being out with his buddies. Oh, what a terrible guy. Where's your child? But as women, we do it to ourselves, okay? But there's so much freaking pressure to put everybody else's needs above our own, and it is the worst idea. It's so not it. There's somebody that I'm like obsessed with her, have been for so many years. I don't remember her name now. Of course, I've lost it. But Diary of an Honest Mom, I think, is her like social media account. And she is fantastic. And she talks about just like the imbalance in households with mom and dad, or the expectations that are put on mom just in general to carry so much more of the weight, and people don't realize it. And it's been that way for so long that it's like the normal, right? And how stupid that is and how we need to change that. And I could not agree more. She's amazing. Her content is hilarious and relatable and just, it's great. Check her out if you're not already. You probably already are because she's so awesome. But yeah, it's so effing important to take care of ourselves, because if we're not, who is, right? And I grew up with a mom who, you know, she didn't go get her hair done like ever. She did, and not that, you know, just like the aesthetic things either, but like my mom didn't make time for herself. And I'm not judging her, I get it, right? But I grew up seeing a mom who didn't make time for her because that wasn't something that she should do. Again, I'm doing the air quotations. It's just the way it was. She was not someone who really took that time for her to go out with girlfriends or to go, you know, take a weekend away. Like, that was like, I've never in my life, like, my mom is 50. How old is my mom? 59 now? 58, 59, 50. I think she's turning 59 this year. Yes. She's turning 59 in December. Now, it's just, yeah, she, in all these years, nearly 60 years, she has never, I'm going on a weekend away with girlfriends, or I'm going to do this, that, or whatever. I'm going for a spa situation. Like, I've gotten her like spa certificates. I got her a certificate a few years ago to go get her hair done, and they do like the whole like color and blow dry, like color cut, blow dry style, the whole nine. I think I spent like $500 at like just like years ago at like a nicer end place. And she never used it because she doesn't, it's just not in her nature to go, I don't want to say take care of herself, but to spend time for her. It's so not natural for her. And that is so fucking sad to me. And I grew up seeing it that way. So even for me, and saying it now, I'm like, fuck, like, excuse my language again, sorry. I'm trying to be clean. But yeah, it's so hard for me sometimes. Like, I am so riddled with guilt and I hate it. I hate it. I'm rewiring it too, because I don't want my daughter to grow up. Okay. She's 9. She sees it all. Okay. She's a sponge. They all are. I don't want her to think the same way I thought about my mom. I want her to know that she has the right, whether she's a mother, whether she's a wife, whether she's whatever she is when she grows up, she's her. At the end of the day, you're you. I don't care what your other responsibilities are or whatever. You have a responsibility to you. I have a responsibility to me, my daughter, my son, everyone. We have a responsibility to ourselves to take care of us, to make sure that we're good, make sure that we feel good. Because when we feel good, we feel loved, we feel fulfilled, we feel whole and taken care of, we have so much more to give to other people. You have so much more love to give because you feel taken care of. You feel good. And it's so effing important. And I just want everyone to know that and to realize that. And my son as well. I want him to take care of himself, but I also want him, if he, who knows what the future holds, but let's say when he's older, he is somebody's partner, he's somebody's husband. I want him to know that it is important for not only him to take care of himself and to go do his boys trips and his golf trips and his whatever, but it's also incredibly, incredibly important that he support and encourage and whatever, respects and is a champion for his partner or wife or whoever this person is. I want him to make this person feel supported and loved and respected in them taking care of them also, and also take care of her, and and vice versa and whatever, of course, like a partnership. But I want him to be a good person just as much as I want my daughter to be a good person. And I think that's everybody's goal in life. But again, our kids learn it from us. So whether you're a single mom by circumstance and you feel like you've been given a shit deal and you're struggling, and girl, been there. Okay, I was so mad at the world, so mad at everybody for such a long time when my parents split up and through my teens and then with my ex, and so mad at everybody, F everybody, blah, 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 was kind of my inner dialogue. And it sucks to admit that. And it feels so weird to even say that, because when I think of that version of me, like I don't know her. Truly, I don't relate to her in any capacity. I don't, because so much of that, so much time has passed, obviously, so much healing has happened, so much growth has happened, but also, like, I just feel so sad that I felt that way for so long, and I so didn't deserve that. And like the way I kind of punished myself for the things that have happened, or, things that are completely out of my control and whatever, things that were in my control too, accountability. But yeah, like I held on to it for so long. And again, if you're in this situation or you're a single mom by choice and you're like, whoa, I thought this was gonna be a little bit easier than it is. Like, what the heck? No one told me, or whatever your situation. Okay. Or you're worried that it's going to be hard or whatever. Just know that every single mom that you meet, every single person on the planet, okay, is doing life for the first time. We're figuring it out for the first time. Being a mom for the first time. There's no rule books. There's some guidelines on how to be a decent person, of course. But again, we're all just learning as we go. So don't be hard on yourself. Trust in the process, but also know your worth. You need to work on self-worth and knowing that you deserve the career, you deserve the partner if that's what you want, you deserve the home of your dreams, you deserve, healthy finances, enough money in your account, you deserve an abundant savings account, whatever it is that's on your list. You deserve it, and you're worthy of it, and you think of it because it's something that is absolutely possible for you. You wouldn't think of it if it wasn't something that was possible for you. So I'm going to leave you with that. That was a lot. Again, we went on a few tangents. I hope you stuck on for the ride. You held on tight. But yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. If you want more mindset stuff, if you want more positive energy stuff, I am obsessed. Again, we really deep dive a little bit also inside of single mom mindset, but tons inside of empowered mom mindset. Again, along with the tangible, the things that you could actually do, that you could see in the 3D, because I think, again, when you compile both together, you are setting yourself up for immense success. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out all the links below. There's freebies, there's tons of offers, lots of good stuff going on. If you're not already, follow at Candice Catherine, CandiceKatherine, on Instagram and on TikTok as well. And yeah, go have a beautiful week, an authentic week. Ask for what it is that you want, write down what you want, and practice that gratitude. Good things are coming your way, and yeah, sending love your way. Have a good week. Bye.